Africa's technology sector is under fresh scrutiny as investors grow more cautious about where they put their money. That was the tone at this year's Africa Tech Summit in Nairobi, where founders and funders met against a backdrop of slowing global capital inflows. Dennis Otieno reports.
The two-day Africa Tech Summit wrapped up in Nairobi, bringing together hundreds of venture capital firms, startups and policymakers in search of new deals and partnerships. But the mood has clearly shifted. Investors noted the era of easy money and sky-high valuations is giving way to tougher questions around profitability, governance and regulation.
So I think funding is still harder for people to come by, especially at the lower end. But there's still a very, very good VC ecosystem. And what I would say is we now have African founders who've exited businesses are now investing in African companies. I think that's a very, very important point because they understand African problems.
For founders, the summit presents a critical opportunity to secure funding in what is becoming a more selective market.
You look at the numbers, particularly in the markets such as Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa, and Egypt, have been really, really going up. So they can see the talent density, they can see our huge youth numbers and our growing consumer market and decide that they would want to take part and be a participant in that transformation.
Recently we've been seeing a great uptake in terms of people just being more receptive to such advanced technologies in Africa. So the moment we are more receptive to it, we have the resources already there. We are going to reach a far greater level as compared to where we are right now.
Participants drawn from sectors such as fintech, artificial intelligence and climate technology argue that Africa still presents massive untapped opportunity thanks to a young population, rising digital adoption and demand for financial services. But investors maintain that money will only follow businesses able to show solid revenue models and credible paths to scale. The discussions here are expected to shape how technology investment into Africa unfolds in the months ahead. Dennis Otieno, Citizen TV.